.6. Crap! Appear to be reasonably normal this week. Oh well. Okay. What do you do when somebody asks how much you've paid for something? 90% of the time I'll just go ahead and tell them. I don't really mind telling them what I paid for it, unless if it's something that I feel that I might have paid too much for. I mean, you kind of hate to hear people say, you paid that for that? I mean, you know, I could have got that a whole lot less, or I could have got this other thing for a whole lot less. Usually it's something that, you know, that is a little different type of item than what they're thinking of, maybe a higher quality type item or something. But yeah, if I've kind of overpaid what it would seem the norm would be, I kind of hate telling them how much I've paid. But you know, 90% of the stuff, it's something that they could go down to the store and just easily look for themselves how much they paid for it. So, you know, it's like, what's the big secret? When you're feeling blue and need a pickup, what do? I go for a hike generally, and actually, yes, it does help. Helps me anyway. Do your pets see you naked? Yeah, sure. Do you know how much your spouse makes? Not married. How often do you weigh yourself, and what are you wearing? Blah blah blah. I weigh myself probably every other day or maybe every third day, and it's always not long after I wake up of a morning. But it's when I'm dressed, so it's pretty much the same time every day, dressed the same way every time for a consistency basis. Because I mean, it really doesn't matter if you got clothes on or if you don't have clothes on. I mean, you're just only fooling yourself if you don't have clothes on and you're weighing, so it doesn't really matter. I choose to weigh with clothes on, but be consistent every time, like every second or third day, as I've already said. I think we're repeating. Do you believe in ESP? Do you have ESP? I don't know. I've already shuffled this deck of cards here. Let's try. Ace of Spades. Wrong. Two of Clubs. Yeah, wrong. Jack of Diamonds. Oh crap. Now seriously, I mean, seriously, that kind of blows my old bit here. But anyway, pretend that was wrong. And I swear that I did not do that on purpose. I didn't want it to turn out like that. But pretend that was wrong. And what I was going to say, is, I'm sure if I'd done that enough times, like a few thousand times, it would average out to once every 52 times I would be correct. Not once out of every 3 times, no. Once out of every 52 times on average, I would be correct in guessing the right card. Ah, jeez. So I guess that pretty much answers that question about ESP, or does it? If you could be any character from a book, who would it be and why? You know, I thought really hard about this and almost just skipped it because I just couldn't come up with anything good. But I'm going to go with Hawkeye Pierce from MASH. I mean, why? Good goodness gracious, who wouldn't want to be Hawkeye Pierce? The women love him. Heck, even the men love him. But, you know, not in that exact way as this, you know what I mean. Yeah, but, yeah, who wouldn't want to be him? Brilliant, witty, clever, irreverent. Everybody loves him except maybe his boss. And even on the TV show MASH, heck, his first boss loved. Well, both his bosses actually loved him. It was just the third guy that rotated him. I don't know, maybe it was the second guy. One of the guys that rotated in for Trapper John when he left, he didn't much like him. David Ochenden Stiers, whatever his name was. And just brilliant. I mean, it was like he could roll out of bed and do his job just boom like that and be better than everybody else and deliver one-liners just like that all at the same time. So yeah, got to be Hawkeye Pierce from MASH. And yeah, I know there was this big war going on, and he had to up to his elbows in blood every day. But I'm going to choose to ignore that aspect of the book because I really needed to come up with an answer here. So I'm going to ignore the blood and guts aspect of the book and go with Hawkeye Pierce, because if I don't ignore that, then I couldn't come up with anything. Number 8, how do you brush your teeth? Pretty much the normal way, just up and down in the front, and in the back I go like this and like this. And lots of times I'll brush, floss, and then brush again. On the times when I brush, floss, and brush again, on the second brushing I'll do a electric toothbrush, because I figure the different action of the rotary toothbrush gives might get a few nooks and crannies that the normal brushing action didn't get. What would you do if a cashier mistakenly gave you back more change than was warranted? I give it back 100% of the time. Big chain, little chain, it makes no difference. However, I will admit that if I buy an item and it rings up less than what I thought it was going to ring up, I don't say anything about it. 90% of the time, really, it's just that it was on sale. At least I tell myself that. 90% of the time, it really is that it was on sale or something, or an unadvertised sale, or a sale I wasn't aware of, or whatever, and I just didn't know that. But I imagine maybe there are a few times it just, I don't know, for whatever reason, rang up less. I can assure you if it rings up more than what I thought, I say something about it and go back and to the shelf and look, and like 3/4 of the time I'm wrong. It really was higher. So I'll assume if it rings up less than what I thought 3/4 of the time or more, I'm probably wrong about that too. So I guess that's about it. Week 6 took me a while to come up with what I wanted, mainly because of the book deal. I had a tough time with that one. But thanks for the questions, Alana, and hope to see week 7 next, whenever. Okay, bye everybody.